Hi guys, what's poppin'? How y'all doing? Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to the lounge again. I'm happy to have you here again. You see, I my mood is different now. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm actually happier than I was when I joined the lounge earlier today. So, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? If you can hear me, drop a message in the chat box. Let me know that you can hear me. Just drop a message. All right. Okay. All right. Good to have you guys here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm happy to be here with you today. So this is a long awaited discussion that we should have had a long time ago. But I've been pushing this because I feel like I've not just been in the right headspace to have this conversation. I've just not been motivated to have this conversation. But today we are having it and I'm excited. So let's talk prop firms. There are some people here, I can see them. Some people here that have been having a hard time with prop firms. Some people here that are about to start the journey of, trading prop firms. And then, there are some people as well that, sorry, let me just drop a message with someone. So, and then some people here that have been making like good money, good profits from trading prop firms, and they've been doing very well, right? So today we're going to have the prop firm conversation. Personally, I started, personally like trading prop firms like this year because my personal account, I stopped trading on it for a while, right? And I wanted to explore the prop firm space for myself. And I was trading with one of the prop firms that is currently, I don't want to say they've packed up, right? But they've been having some very, very crazy challenges. You can't hear me? Okay. Hold on. Who can hear me? Oh, okay. Okay, chill. Hold on. Let me try. Can you hear me? Okay, Chelsea can hear me. Can anybody else confirm if they can hear me? We've got massive peeps here. We've got Lizzie. Okay, Lizzie, you can hear me. Bianca, can you hear me? Roboboy, can you hear me now? Kika, you can hear me. Okay, nice one. So you guys maybe just check your connections or something. Maybe exit and join back in. Bianca, you cannot not hear me now. Today is not the day that you cannot hear me. Oh. Please check your. Let me drop a message. Check your connection, or maybe exit and join back in. What have I spelled now? All right. So guys, you cannot not hear me today because everything I'm going to be saying in this session is very, very important, right? I think along the line we are going to eventually have to create a channel here on Discord for prop firm traders and stuff, right? I'm still thinking about how to go with that, but it's a thing that we would get to do eventually. So my goal is to ensure that we all have access to the right trading platforms. Okay, good now. Bianca, how about now? Can you hear me now? My goal is to ensure that we all have access to the right trading platforms and we're all able to trade successfully. All right, nice one. Thank God. Cool. So, like I was saying earlier, I was trading with a particular prop firm that has currently, I don't want to say packed up, but right now their website is still, you can access it. If you go on their website, the Funded Trader, if you go on their website, you notice that you can't access anything. All accounts have been on hold, everything, all trading activities have been on hold. It's hard to access the website at the moment and all of that. And we all know how that can be. Although they've been really good, right? But since the whole migration, I'm sure you noticed that a lot of prop firms have gone through the migration from MetaTrader to CTrader and DXTrade and stuff like that, and it's been very crazy, right? So for some reason, I feel like for the Funded Trader, their systems were not able to take, the migration. They couldn't handle it, and then they had a lot of problems. And then, if you go on their Discord, you see that there's a lot of complaints. People are complaining about stuff. It's been very crazy. But I believe that it'll be back, Sha. to be honest, because I've personally gotten payouts from them since I was trading with them. So I don't have any reason to doubt. It's just that, when prop firms like this act up, people have different ideas. A lot of people are very impatient, and a lot of people have planned for their money. So when these prop firms end up not turning up, it just leaves you disappointed, and different thoughts and different conversations just fly around the place, and it can be very crazy, right? So yeah. So today, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine from South Africa, and she sort of introduced me to a prop firm that I've been exploring, right? And the reason I didn't just put it out to you guys is because I wanted to personally explore it first. But there's no need to explore so much, because to be honest, these guys have been on since 2016, right? And interestingly, they're still using, the MetaTrader platform, which is a platform that we all know and we're used to, right? So I'm going to show you what the platform is, right? Also, for folks that are interested in joining and having an account with the platform, you would see they are very interesting. We're going to explore their programs together. Don't worry. We're going to explore their programs together, and also explore ways that we can see the ones that interest you the most. Explore ways that we can gain success in terms of passing the challenges and eventually getting funded with this prop firm, right? So I'm also going to share you a link. Right, in the process of this conversation, I'm going to share you a link, and with that link, when you get to buy an account using that link, you automatically get a 10% discount on any challenge you're buying, right? A 10% discount is amazing. So whenever you want to buy, if you don't see that 10% discount showing in your tab, then you need to go back to the link and click on it again and try the process again, because 10% discount is a lot, right? So I'll share that with you. All right, so let's quickly go. I'm going to share the link. Let me just drop the link right here now. So this is the prop firm that we're using. I'll eventually share it on the general room later, but this is the prop firm that we're using, and with this particular link, you get a 10% discount on any challenge you're buying. But now let's explore their challenges and see what we can do with them. So I'm going to share my screen in a bit, so we can check out their challenges together. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Okay. So please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you please confirm that you can see my screen? Please confirm if you can see my screen. Drop a message on the chat box. Let me know if you can see my screen. All right, nice one. So let's check out this. So this prop firm is called The Fivers, thefivers.com. They say they fund the 5% of traders. You know what it means to be among the 5% of traders in the world? I mean, I know it's just scope, right? But of course, for you to pass a challenge, or for you to pass a prop firm challenge, any prop firm challenge at all, you need to be really good, right? And then it say they fund the 5% of traders. Now they have 3 different types of programs, so we're going to check them out one after the other, right? And based on your interests, based on your trading style, you get to decide what kind of program that you want to use, right? And the one reason why I like these people so much, I've explored their platform, I've explored it, it's amazing. And the one reason why I actually love them is because their challenges are quite cheap compared to other prop firms that I've come across, right? And they have very amazing scaling plans. So we're going to check them out one after the other. The first program that they have is the one that they call the Hyper Growth Program. It's a 1-step program. Let's click on it. So this is the Hyper Growth Program, right? They say it's the program with the highest success rate in the industry. I don't doubt that, because this program is actually very interesting. Now they have 3 different entry levels, right? They have the level for a $10,000 account, so you can choose to buy a $10,000 account. You can choose to buy a $10,000 account costs $260. You can choose to buy a $20,000 account that costs $450, or you can choose to buy a $40,000 account that costs $850. Now, these are the rules of this prop firm. Now, the target profits to make in the first stage is 10%, right? once you make your first 10%, you've passed, the first stage. That's the evaluation stage. For any of the amount of that you choose to purchase, the for any of the amount that you choose to purchase, the target profit is 10%. So once you've made 10%, you're good to go. Now, these are the rules. The general or the overall stop out level or the maximum drawdown limits is 6%. 6% drawdown for any of them. So meaning, however way you choose to trade, make sure that you do not lose 6% of what you are going to be funded. Now, first thing you want to note is, once you apply for a $10,000 account, you are given a capital of $5,000. That is the funding capital of the evaluation stage, right? You are not given the entire $10,000 to trade with, and I will explain why. You are given $5,000 at the evaluation stage. If you are buying a $20,000 account, which costs $450, you are giving $10,000. And then if you are buying a $40,000 account, you're giving $20,000. Let me remind you guys that this is the stage and this is the lounge where you are free to join the conversation at any time. All right. You are free to join the conversation at any time. So feel free to join. Right. Sorry, let me just drop a message. Feel free to join. If you have any questions at any time, if you feel the need to ask any questions at any time, or if you feel the need to be a part of the conversation, do not hesitate to join in, right? Just drop a message or send an invite, right? And we can have, the conversation. All right. Sorry, let me just... So let's continue. So, like I was saying, on the $20,000 account, you get a $10,000 at evaluation stage. And then with the $40,000 account, you get $20,000 at the evaluation stage. Now, as I was talking about the rules, right? So the target profit for every stage is 10%, right? 10% target profit. The general stop out level for every stage is 6%. What's Massive Peep saying? Prop firm don't do me shaky. Massive Peeps, we need to talk about it though, because you are part of the people that were making profits in prop firms. I'm willing to hear your story. I want to know how it has been going for you. I want to know why you feel, how things went south, right? I'm interested in having that conversation with you. Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm hoping that network gets better. Yeah. So guys, you know the rule, you know the drill, right? Not like it's very important, but I always just like to know where you're lounging from. Drop a message in the chat box and tell me where you're watching from. Are you lounging from your home? Are you lounging from your bedroom? Are you lounging from the bar? Are you lounging from the gym? Are you lounging from a friend's place? Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're lounging from. One day you will know why I keep asking this question. One day you will know why. Right? But I'm very curious. I want to know. So let's go back to having a conversation. I see like a few people just joined in. So like I was saying, we're talking about prop firms today. And we're talking about the one prop firm. You wish you're lounging from the bar, girl. Well, I know, right? I know. So we're talking about prop firms, right? And I'm showing you the one prop firm that I recommend right now. Like I said, they've been in existence since 2016. They're still using the MetaTrader platform. And you can Google them. They are the third prop firm, best prop firms in the world. Third prop firm, best prop firm in the world right now. You can Google them, check them out, right? But I also dropped a link here. And with this link, any challenge you buy, you get a 10% discount. So do not forget to use this link when you're buying your account so that you get that 10% discount. It's very important. 10% is a lot, right? So let's go back to it. So like I was saying, this prop firm, they have 3 different types of programs, but we're exploring the first one right now, and then we're going to explore the rest. So this one is called the Hyper Growth Program, where they give you 3 different entry options. You can either buy the $10,000 account, which costs $260, or the $20,000 account, which costs $450, or the $40,000 account, which costs $850. Now, once you buy, oh nice, lounging from home on your bed, nice one, very relaxed spot like this. You could just chill, they watch out, nice. So once you buy any accounts, you buy the $10,000 account, for instance, you get funded $5,000 at your evaluation stage, right? Once you buy the $20,000 account, you get funded $10,000. Once you buy $40,000 account, you get funded $20,000. I'm going to show you how this works. It's very interesting. I actually love this program a lot. I feel like when I'm ready to explore so much on this, I would buy one of the accounts here on this program. Now, the evaluation stage, the target is 10%. Lounging from outside your compound because of your network. Oops, sorry about that. So the stop out level is 6%. So your overall drawdown is 6%, meaning whatever you do, make sure you do not lose 6%, right, of your capital, right? And then the daily pause is 3%. So what they mean by that is, once you've lost 3% on daily, right, they pause you. They don't deactivate you, unlike other brokers do. They just pause you, meaning you'll just automatically be on hold, so that if you cannot control yourself, they will control you for you, right? So that you don't go and end up blowing the account. So it's a way to help you check your psychology, right? So if you are on a 3% drawdown in a day, your account is paused automatically so that you can go and rest and recalibrate and come back and figure your shit out, right? So there's a 3% pause daily. Now, you can have profit split for up to 100%, and I'll show you how that works. The interesting thing about all of their programs is that all of their programs are unlimited, so there's no time limit. They did not tell you need to reach this profit target within 30 days, or you need to reach this profit target within 10 days. There's nothing like that. It's unlimited, right? And then these are the fees and everything, and then the bonuses. So let's check them out. Now, it says here, the profit targets. Okay, these are things you can just read, actually. But these are things that are allowed. It says news trading is allowed, except for bracket strategies around news or other mentioned on our terms and conditions. So yeah, we might want to check that out. I think what they mean by this is, they would not allow you to take a trade like a few minutes before the news or stuff like that. I think there's something like that. They allow you to trade forex, metals, and indices. So they use the MetaTrader platform. So you could use MetaTrader on your phone or on your mobile. No minimum trading days or requirements for completing level 1, right? So meaning you don't have to have traded for 3 days minimum first for you to come. You can complete your first level in 1 day, right? Complete level 1 immediately when reaching the profit targets, right? So yeah, the 3% stop out level helps you to put you in a good psychological level to take, trades and all of that. Now, maximum capital per trade on evaluation, meaning you can have 4 times a 10k or 2 times 20k accounts, all adding to the max starting capital of 40. This looks like big grammar. I'm sorry, I'm not really following what is on this line right now. First payout means 14 days after receiving a funded account. So meaning that once you eventually get funded, you can start cashing out from 14 days after you receive your funded account, right? Yeah, getting a particular prop from account and trading it would be nice. So now let's check out the interest. Now here is the interesting thing. Let's start with 10k accounts. Do you know why I love this particular plan? Even though their rules are, in terms of, stop levels and overall drawdowns, it's kind of slim, right? But it's not bad. If you go down now to the scaling plan, which makes it very interesting, this is a growth plan. So imagine you are buying a $10,000 account. Let's do this mathematics together, guys. Okay? Let's do this math together. You're buying a $10,000 account for $260. They first of all give you $5,000 as your initial balance, right? Now, for that $5,000, this is the evaluation stage, your level 1. But even in this level 1, you will get paid, right? Even in this evaluation stage, you get paid, because you see your payout here is 50%. Now, if you notice, there are 10 levels here. And if you notice these 10 levels, you can see that there are different amounts. So I'm going to show you the interesting thing about this plan and comment how you are feeling about this as you are hearing what I'm about to tell you. The first stage is the evaluation stage. So if you buy a $10,000 account, you don't get $10,000, you get $5,000, right? So your drawdown, your everything you're working on is based on $5,000, right? Not $10,000, $5,000. Now, once you get that, your target profit is obviously 10%, right? Once you have a 25k account, they don't have 25k, they have 20k, and 20k accounts costs $450, but that is for this hyper growth program. They have other programs that we're going to check out together. So let's go back to the 10k account now. So we have the evaluation stage, which is you get funded $5,000 and your target profit is to make $500. So meaning once you have a $5,000 account, you need to make sure that with this $5,000 account, you do not lose 6% of your account, right? What's 6% of $5,000? You do not lose $300, right? You need to make sure that whatever you do, you don't lose $300. Otherwise, you lose the account, right? But if you trade very well and you're able to meet your target profit of $500, which is 10%, once it's time for payouts, you get 50% of the payouts. So meaning you get $250 plus an additional $15 bonus, right? And I think there's also a refund. Let me see. I've not seen anything about refund on your amount though. I don't think there's a refund in this one, right? But that's not even the issue. Don't worry about that, right? Now that's the first stage. Once you've passed stage 1 or level 1 that you can pass in a day if you trade well, but I'll never advise you to try to do that in a day because it's going to be crazy, right? You go to level 2. Which now brings us to the scaling plan of this particular. I like this particular this particular prop firm because they outline their scaling plan. You are able to see your scaling plan. It's not the one that they will tell you there's a scaling plan, but you don't really understand how the scaling works. There are a lot of prop firms like that. They will tell you their scaling plan is amazing, but you cannot really understand how the scaling plan works. But here they've given you they've itemized it for you and they've shown you how the scaling plan actually works, which is very, very good. Now, you see here, from the evaluation stage, once you pass your first stage, you now get to the funded trader level 2. You now become a fully funded trader with your $10,000 that you've paid for, and this brings you to level 2. So at level 2, you see that the initial balance doubles from $5,000 now to $10,000. And now your milestone target is you're supposed to make a 10% profit from your $10,000. Now, once you make that 10% profit, the profit split is 75%. So you are taking 75% and the broker is taking 25%, right? That's the profit split. And then plus an additional bonus of $25, right? That's what you get. And the rule still remains the same. 3% daily pause, 6% overall drawdown. And then, of course, your target profit is $1,000. Once you hit $1,000, you're moving on to level 3, which now takes you to $20,000. Mind you, you paid for a $10,000 account, right? But now at level 3, you have access to trading a $20,000 account. So meaning, if you don't even have money to buy a 20K or a 40K account, you can just stick to a 10K account and keep scaling up from there. You just need to be more patient, right? Now, with a $20,000 account, the rule is the same. 10% target profits. Once you hit 10% target profits with the drawdown level and everything still the same, 3% pause and then 10% over 6% overall drawdown, right? Once you've hit your target profits, you get 75% of your profits of $2,000 and then plus $50 additional bonus. That's level 3. Once you've done that, you move to level 4. You see, it keeps getting interesting. For every amount that you make, for every stage that you pass, you move on to the next level, which now doubles your initial capital. So before you continued with $20,000, once you've passed your 10%, they now give you a $40,000 account. What you could have bought for $850, now you're getting it for free because you were able to make your 10%, and getting this at level 4, right? So at level 4 here with your $40,000, your target profit is to make 10%, which is $4,000, with a payout of 75% plus an additional $100 bonus. Once you've passed level 4, you move to level 5 that doubles your capital again and gives you $80,000. At $80,000, you are expected to make the same. It's the same rule apply. It doesn't change. 10% target profits. Your profit split is 75-25. So you take 75%, the broker takes 25 with an additional $200. Once you've passed level 5, you move over to level 6. Your account now doubles again from $80,000. It doubles or more. I know, right? It's a blast. It's crazy. You see, that's why I said I was going to show you guys how this works. It's not a case of giving you the link and telling you explore it yourself. I wanted to explain this to you so you can see for real how this particular prop firm works and how amazing it is. Now, Once you've hit $80,000 and you've passed that stage, you get double again your previous capital. Now you get access to $160,000 capital. Remember, you paid for a 10K account for only 200 and come on, are you sure they are legit? They've been existing since 2016. Google them, check them on IG. Join their Discord, Google them, you see they're on Twitter, they're everywhere, check them out. It's not too good to be true, it is legit. Fiverr are the third best prop firm in the world as we speak. It's just unfortunate that I didn't get to know about them early enough, right? But they've been existing since 2016 and they've never had a problem. Check out their reviews on Twitter, check out their reviews everywhere. People have a lot of good things to say about them. Just check them out, just take your time, don't be in a rush, just check them out, right? So now, at level 6, you get your account doubled from $80,000 to 106. I mean, it looks too good to be true, but when you start trading, it might not be completely easy for you to just pass. I know I'm saying when you make your 10%, you move over. I know, right? But you and I know that trading is not an easy thing, right? It takes you to be really good for you to actually make 10% with some level of discipline to ensure that you do not hit any of the drawdowns and things like that. Yes, people are making a lot of crazy money from prop firms, not just South Africans. Everywhere, people are making crazy money from prop firms. So now, once you've passed that level 5, you move over to level 6, you get access to $160,000 funding. Your target profit is $16,000. So once you make that 10%, the split profit again, you get 75% of that plus an additional $400, that's what you're cashing out on. Once you're done with that, you move over to level 7. They give you double of the same thing. So double of 160 is $320,000. You only started from $10K. So once you make that 10%, which is $32,000, you make that 10%, and then you get 75% payouts, right? 75% payouts, and you get 75% payouts and an additional $800, right? Once you've passed that stage, you're getting to the sweet part though. They double it again for you. You now get access to $640,000 funding. And then your target profit is to make 5 ERS. I dropped a link on the Discord, so you can use that link to access them. Right? I dropped the link. Just check the chat box. 5 ERS, thefivers.com. So once you get $640, right, your target profit is to make $64. Now, in this one, you're no longer doing a profit split of 75%. They increase the profit split for you to 80%. So this time around, you take 80% of $64,000 and they take 20, plus you get an additional $1,600. Now, once you've passed that stage, you move over to level 9, right? Level 9, you now get access to $1,280,000 in funding. Your target profit is to make 10%, which is $128,000. It doesn't end. It ends actually, but I'll show you where it ends. So all these ones are funded though. So the only evaluation is the first stage where you get half of the amount of money you paid for. And even at that evaluation stage, you get your payout of 50%, right? I think that 50% payout is almost like a refund of the amount of money you actually paid. I think that's a refund actually, but they're not just saying it's refund, because if you calculate it, it's almost you're paying $260 for the account, and then when you get $50, 50% of 500, which is $250 plus extra $15, $265. So it's pretty much your refund. So that's why they call it the evaluation phase, right? Then, but from stage 2, you are getting funded. You are funded. So this is a hyper growth program. You get funded immediately, and then you can now start trading and start making all your profits and everything. So at this level 9, once you get $1,280,000 in funding, your target profit is to make $128, which is 10% of that. And then the interesting part about this is at level 9, you are collecting your profits 100%. There is no additional bonus. You are collecting your $128,000 to yourself 100%. Once you've achieved that 10%, then you get to the final stage, which is level 10, right? At level 10, you now get $4 million in funding. $4 million in funding. The interesting thing about getting to $4 million is that there is no targets. So you can even choose that at that $4 million, you don't want to stress. You just want to be making 1% only, which is $40,000, and you are good to go. And the interesting thing again about it is that the payout is 100%. So any amount you choose to make in $4 million funding, any amount you choose to make, any amount you want to withdraw, you get it 100%. There is no additional bonus, right? So that's that about the Hypergrowth program. That's the 10K account. Now, if you switch to the 20K account, the only difference between the 20K account and the 10K account is one step. One step. Because if you look here, we have up to level 9, but with the 10K account, we have level 10. Right? So with this one, you start from the 10K account. From 10K, they give you 20K. From 20K to 40K. So it's just one step difference, right? And then with the 40K account, it's just 2-step difference from the 10K accounts. Of course, getting there will take a lot of time and experience. That's why it's unlimited time. You don't have to rush it. You need to take your time. This can be a 1-year plan for you, to be honest, right? I'm looking at this like a 1-year plan for me as well, if I want to get into it. So it might be a 1-year plan. It's not something you want to make within the next month. No, you can slowly take your trade, slowly trade and everything. And this can just be the program that you plan for like a year. And at the end of the year, you might find yourself actually reaching that $4 million in funding, and you might just, make it big, right? And maybe you'll now choose to buy me a car or something, right? Because I put you on, you feel me? Anyways, I'm just playing. So the 40K funded account, it's just 8 steps, right? 8 steps, meaning just 2 steps different. I will take the mansion, please buy me a mansion. I'll gladly take it. Right. So the 40K funded account is just 2 steps different from the 10K funded account. So personally, right, I would say just buy the 10K. You don't need to spend $850,000 buying a 40K account when the steps is just 2. I mean, 2 steps looks like, it looks like it's you making like 10. 2 steps is like you making 10% twice, right? It might take you like a month or 2, or depending on how fast you are, to be honest, it can take you any amount of time. But if you don't want to spend too much, I would highly recommend just the 10K account, right? It's just going to take you an extra time to get to that $4 million in funding, but it's worth it, right? You don't have to spend so much getting a $40,000 account, since it's just a 2-step different situation. So this is the Hypergrowth program, and the Hypergrowth program is very amazing. You might want to check it out. The 10K account costs $260. The 20K account costs $450, while the 40K account costs $850. Like I said before, I've dropped a link here, right? Where's the link? Let me see. My link done lost, so you guys have been chatting a lot. I like it. I've dropped a link here. So if you ever want to buy the accounts, when you use this link, you get a 10% discount. If you use the link and you exit your browser and you're coming back to buy and you don't see the 10% discount, just come back and log in again through the link and try to buy with the link. You will see it there. It shows you 10% discount, right? So that 10% discount is going to go a long way, right? So that's that about the Hypergrowth program. Now let's check another program that they have. Very sweet. Another program that they have is the High Stakes. Now this High Stakes is just like the regular prop firm program, right? It's like the regular one where the rules are the same with like regular. It says here a 2-step program. So the Hypergrowth is just a 1-step program. The first stage is the evaluation stage, where you get half of what you actually paid for, and then you are taking your profit, and your take profit is like, it's like your refund basically, right? But with this High Stakes program, they have different plans. They have the 5K plan, which costs $39 only, right? They have the 20K plan, which costs $165. Lizzie, you say you're calculating your daily loss. Well, they have the 60K plan, which costs $300, and then they have the 100K plan, which costs $495. So this is a high stakes program. It's very similar to what most prop firms offer you. So these 5 hours, they are giving you their own kind of program, and at the same time, they are also giving you a program that you are used to. The reason I say it's a program that you're used to is because most prop firms will give you, like TFT for instance, for their very popular standard program, they would give you a maximum daily loss of 5%. Meaning, so this one now, first of all, was exploring with the 5K, but the rule applies to all of the other amounts, all of the other accounts. The only difference is that you're using a higher amount to buy a higher account. But for the 5K account, which is $39, it's very interesting. Now, we're also going to scroll down to check the scaling plan too. Right? They also have a scaling plan for this. You can scale up to $500,000, even with a 5K account that costs just $39. Crazy. Now, for the 5K accounts, as well as by extension, all other accounts here, they have unlimited trading periods. So they do not tell you that you are trading for, you need to make 10% in 30 days or whatever. It's unlimited, right? Now, the minimum trading days, you need to have traded for at least 3 days. So even if you make 10% or make your target profit in 1 day, it doesn't count. You need to have traded for 3 days, right? Which is normal for, all other prop firms to offer this kind of programs. Maximum daily loss. Now, this one is not a pause. It is, if you lose 5% in a day, you lose the account, right? If you lose 5% in a day, you lose the account. So you see that this is quite different from the hyper growth program. The hyper growth program allows you a 3% pause, right? They don't close your accounts when you lose 3%. They just pause you so that you can rest and not overtrade and come again tomorrow. So if by the tomorrow you lose another 3%, you've lost 6% and you've lost the account. So you need to be very careful, and you need to be able to create a plan that works for you, right? Now, the maximum daily loss for this particular program is 5%. So if you lose 5% in a day, you've lost the account. And then the maximum loss in general is 10%. So meaning even if you don't lose 5% in a day, you're losing 1% daily, and then you end up losing 10% overall, you've also lost the account. So you need to be mindful of that. Now, the target profit is 8%. So you're only expected to make 8%, right? For the step 1, right? There are 2 steps here. Remember, it's a 2-step challenge. So you're only expected to make 8% for the step 1, right? While for the step 2, once you've passed step 1, right, you obviously move to step 2 where they fund you the same $5,000 and everything. And at step 2, you are only expected to make 5%. The rules are still the same, right? Your 5% daily drawdown and your 10% overall drawdown at step 2, it becomes easier where you are expected to only make 5% target profit. So you can completely take your time. It says here 10% for scaling. Now we're going to get into the scaling, right? They also give you a refund of your $39 once you eventually pass your stage 2, right? So it's a win-win. And then there's an additional 10% profit share. And then once you get fully funded, I think you now get 80%. No. So we're going to check that out. Let's scroll down. So now these are the difference. This is the scaling plan. But there are also some information here that you might want to take note of. Profit split is between 80% to 100% plus a monthly salary. I'll show you that monthly salary is very interesting. Now, it says here the scaling plan. The scaling plan for hyper growth program. Remember, you are able to scale with 10 steps up to, with a $10,000 account, 10 steps, you're able to scale up to $4 million in profits, in funding. You're able to get access to $4 million funding. That's for the hyper growth program. But for this one, the highest amount you can get is $500,000 rather. $500,000. So even if you buy a $5,000 account with just $39, you are going to be able to make, if you trade very well, you'll be able to scale up to $500,000. So we're going to get to that. So now, if your starting balance is $5,000, your target profit is obviously 10%, and the payout ratio is 80-20. So you're taking 80% and you're getting 20%. Now, if you've made your 10%, now the scaling plan is for every 10% you make. You can choose to not want to make up to 10%. You can choose to have made maybe like 5%, and then you can decide that you want to withdraw that amount. It doesn't scale your account, right? It is only once you've made up to 10% that your account, and you apply for withdrawal, that your account scales up, right? So once you've made 10% or $5,000, it increases. Your next time you're trading again after your 10% and your payouts, you are getting access to $7,500 in funding, right? You make a 10% on that to the target, the profit ratio is 80-20. Once you've done that, you now get access to $10,000 in funding, right? Once you've done that, you're making a 10% again, 80-20 profit split. Once you've reached that 10%, you are getting access to $12,500 in funding. It keeps scaling like that. This one doesn't scale double like the hyper growth program. What's the percentage that this? All of you that do mathematics, maybe you can help me and calculate this percentage. I've not really had time to calculate this to know what the percentage for scaling is. They didn't write it here, but once you've gotten the $12,500 funding, you make 10% targets, you get 80-20 again. Once you've gotten that and you've made that 10%, they give you access to $15,000 in funding. Now remember, you had access to a $5,000 account, but now you scaled up to having $15,000. For every 10% you make, you scale up, you do your profit split, and then you scale up. Now, from that point, from that $15,000 account, once you've gotten your 10%, you move to your $20,000 account. They give you a $20,000 account now. This account, don't know if I'm still connected. Sorry, let me just switch my lights. Just a moment. All right. So, where was I? So you bought a $5,000 account, but because you're making 10%, you keep scaling, right? And now you have access to $20,000 in funding. So once you make your 10% here, they still do a 80-20 profit share. They scale you up again to $30,000 in funding. 10%, 80-20 profit share, you get $40,000 in profit. So for every 10% you make, your your initial balance keeps increasing. So let's just scroll down to where it gets interesting. So you keep getting for every 10% as your account increases, you get 80-20% profit share. And then at this point, where you now eventually get $175,000 in funding, once you get your 10%, the profit share now increases for you to 85-15. So you get 85%, and then the broker takes 15%. At the next stage again, you get access to $200,000 in funding. For every 10% you make, you still get 85-15. Now, after that point, the next scaling for you is $250,000. Once you've made your $10,000, you now get access to your profit share now increases. It's now 90-10, right? It's now 90-10. Now, at 90-10, can you still see my screen? Okay, you can still see my screen. It's now 90-10. So you're taking 90%. All right. You're taking 90% and the broker takes 10%. Now, after you've passed that stage again, they scale you up again to $300,000. Once you make 10% of that $300,000, you still get 90% and the broker takes 10%. Now here is where it gets interesting. After you've made that one, they scale you up again to $350,000 in funding, right? Once you've made your 10%, now you get 100% of your profits, right? 100% of what you've made. It's all for you. Plus a $4,000 monthly salary. A $4,000 monthly salary is very crazy. I don't really know how this monthly salary works because I've not gotten there, right? But I feel it comes with every withdrawal you make. I feel like it's an added bonus for every withdrawal you make at this stage. I feel so, but they say it's monthly salary, so I don't know if they give you on a monthly basis or whatever, right? But maybe you guys can chat them up, ask them questions that I might not be able to answer here, and then they'll be able to give you like concrete response. But you get your 10,000, your 100% of this and a $4,000 monthly salary, which I think is great. From that point, you scale up again to $400,000. As you make 10%, you get 100% of what you make plus a $4,000 monthly salary. You scale up again to $450. Once you make 10%, you now get 100% plus a $4,000 monthly salary. Now, the last one is where it gets really interesting because at $500,000, you don't need to make 10%. You can make only 1%, right? You can make only 1% of that, and you can make only 1% of that, which is $5,000, and you still get your your $10,000 monthly salary, and your 1% you make or whatever percentage you make, you get it for yourself 100%. You're not splitting it with the broker, right? So that's it. And then it says at this stage, traders will get a personalized contract. I have no idea what a personalized contract will be about, but I'm sure it's going to be something very interesting and enticing, especially since it also involves, a monthly salary system. So this is sweet. And if you start with just $39 and you trade patiently, you could actually, with just $39 buying a $5,000 account and you trade patiently, you could actually scale up to $500,000 in funding, which I feel is an amazing thing, right? So there are different amounts you can buy different accounts. So if you buy a $5,000 account, it costs you $39. It just means that before you get to a $500 account, you would have automatically skipped all of these stages and you are starting from this point here. this is where you're starting from, and before it gets you closer to, making your $500,000 in funding. If you buy a 100K account, it means you've skipped all of these ones automatically, and from here it gets you closer to making your $500,000 in funding. So it's totally up to you, but just know that at every stage, once you've passed your first 2 stages, you eventually get a refund for what you've bought, for the account you bought, right? So at your first payout, once you've gotten funded, you eventually get a refund for the amount of money that you used in buying the account. So that's that about the high stakes program. And then the last one is the bootcamp program. I like it, but it's not for me. But you might be interested in this one because I think it's interesting actually. So the bootcamp program comes in, they say it's the cheapest. Use the proceed from 39. Yeah, you can do that too. But I think Fiverr only allows you to, as a trader, to have 2 accounts at a time. One 5K account and then one any other amount of accounts. I think so. They will not allow you to buy multiple accounts and be trading. So when you can check them out and know what they can allow, right? You see it when you create an account, you see it in your dashboard. They will tell you, okay, you can only have 2 accounts, one of this and one of that, right? At a time. So for the bootcamp, let's check them out. So they have the $100,000 bootcamp accounts. Let me see something first. Starting from $95. Okay. Starting from $95. The $100,000 bootcamp account obviously costs $95. Right? The $250,000 costs $225. Sorry, what am I looking at? I'm confused. Let's check this one first. Let's take it one by one. They will not confuse me, these people, because their programs are they're too interesting. So for a $100,000 account, they don't give you the $100,000 once. There are 3 stages. The first stage, they give you $25,000. Your profit target is to make 6%, right? Now, once you've made 6%, I think the way they do it is, I see here, step 1, the cost is $95. And for step 2, the cost here says, no, not step 2. When you become funded, it says cost $205. So maybe you're going to pay. You're not paying. So for you to get a $100,000 account, instead of you to buy the $100,000 account for like $300 or so, right? They let you buy small first. They give you access to small. Then once you eventually now become funded, you can now buy the account with $205, right? So you have like more reason or more confidence in actually buying that account. But let's check it out one after the other. So for a 100K accounts, they give you, at step 1, you have access to $25,000. Your target profit is to make 6%. Your maximum loss is 5%. Meaning, if you lose 5% overall, if you lose 5% that day, if you lose 5% overall anytime, you've lost it. There is no daily pause on this step 1, right? The time limit is unlimited. In fact, all of their programs are unlimited. Obviously, there's no profit share here, but they give you a $5 hub credits. I think this money goes into your wallets in their thing or whatever, right? And then this costs you $95. Once you've passed this stage 1, you move to stage 2, where they now give you $50,000 in funding. Now, at $50,000, it's still the same rule. You are expected to make 6% profit target. You are expected to not lose 5% overall. There's no daily pause. Time frame is unlimited. There's no profit share or anything like that. You're not paying at this stage. You've only paid for it at stage 1. At step 3, they now give you $75,000. You see, if you sum up all of these, hold on. Let me be sure of the mathematics I'm doing. If you sum up all of these, it's even more than 100K. It's about 150K. It's 150K. Right? It's amazing. Oh, okay. I even thought it was all going to amount to 100K. Right. So, at step 3, you get $75,000 in funding. Maximum profit target is 6%. Maximum loss is 5%. Unlimited trading days. Nothing else at this level. No profit share. Nothing. Now, once you now become a bootcamp funded trader, they now fund you with your $100,000. But I think at this stage, you now need to buy it for $205, right? Because I mean, it's ridiculous having access to a 100K account for $95. So I think this is just to help you to trade, right, onto a point where you are able to, you are confident enough to know that, okay, I can now buy this account for this amount of money because I've passed this stage, and passed this stage, right? So once you've gotten to this level, now your target profit is 5%, maximum loss is 4%, which is crazy. There's a daily pause of 3%. So meaning if you become funded and you've lost 3% in a day, they pause you, right? And then you go again the next day. The next day you lose 1%. That's the end though. Maximum pause is 4%. And then time limit is obviously unlimited. Profit share is up to 100. We're going to check that out when we scroll down. And then you pay, yeah, unlimited. Yeah, most other platforms actually offer unlimited. Even TFT offers unlimited, right? It's just that they have very interesting programs. So that's that about this. Let me check the 20K accounts and see how much. I don't understand what they mean by NA. Is it that you are not paying for this? I'm actually confused about this 20K account. I don't really have so much information about this one. Right? Initial balance is 5K, 10K. Okay, what does that actually mean? What does that actually mean? I'm not so sure, but of course it's not free. But I'm not sure how this one actually works. This 20K account, I'm not entirely sure how this works. Maybe we'll have to find out or ask their support team to explain this particular program to us better. But at the moment, I don't have so much information. Maybe someone right now can be buzzing their support team. Just go to the Fiverrs and ask them about this 20K accounts, right? I don't want to do that here because it's going to waste our time. So someone please, anybody here that is currently on their website can chat their support team. Just go to their website and chat their support team. Let's get more information about these $20,000 accounts. Let's know what it's going to cost, why there is NA here, and what it actually implies, right? Because it's a little bit confusing for me at the moment. And I've not really taken my time to explore this bootcamp so much because personally, I don't like this plan. It's just my preference. I'm not really a fan of this plan. It's just weird. But it's interesting for some people, sure. Anyways, let's check out their scaling plan. He said we know like step up every 5% gain. So if you are starting with a 20K account, right, you are stepping up. Your maximum loss is profit target is 5%. You get 50-50, right? Then from that point you scale up to $25,000. Once you make 5%, you get 75-25. 75% is yours, 25 is theirs, and then you scale up to 30K. Once you make your 5%, you scale up again to 40K. Once you make your 5%, scale up to 50K, like that. Now, from your 250K accounts, right? From 100K accounts, you skip all of these ones. Obviously, from 100K accounts, once you make 5%, the profit share, the first stage is 50-50. Subsequently, the profit share is 75-25, right? And then you keep scaling up after you make 5%, you scale up to 125K. After you make 5%, scale up to 150K. After you make 5%, scale up to 175K. You keep going like that, right? Now, at this one of 250, yes, they use MT5. Yes, MT5. Now, at this one of 250K, well, once you pass your first stage of 5%, they split the profit 50-50. Then you scale up to 275K. Once you pass your 5%, you split profit 75-25. Keep going like that. They keep scaling you to 300K, 5%, 350K. You keep scaling until you get to $4 million. Now, at $2 million, the profit split increases to 80-20. So you get 80%, the broker gets 20. Then at that's still your 5%, right? You're still doing 5% for every scaling. So from here, 2 million, once you get your 5%, you scale up to 2.5 million. Once you get your 5%, at this 2.5 million, you get 100% of your profits. In fact, from 2.5 million, you start getting 100% of your profits. Once you get 5%, at 3 million, you get 100% of your profits at 5%. At 3.5 million, you get 100% of your profits. And at 4 million, you also get 100% of your profits. Let me see what this is. Yeah, at 4 million, you make 5%. So all of the stages, you are expected to make 5% to scale, right? So even at 4 million, right, for you to, you're not scaling from 4 million anymore. Actually, that's the point you get to. It says traders who started at 100K continue at 75.25 on this level. So if you started at 100K, you continue at 75.25. I don't know what that means. So traders who started at $100,000 continue at a 75.25 ratio on this level. Whatever. Anyways, that's that about this program, right? So you see that this Fivers is very interesting, right? Don't you agree? I mean, compared to a lot of other prop firms, and the fact that they also have been in existence since 2016, they have a lot of credibility, right? They are a very credible prop firm. Now, they have different plans. So if you choose that you want to go for the hyper growth program, where you can just spend as low as $39 to get a $5,000 account, and then keep trying to scale up to getting $500,000 to the point where you start getting a $10,000 monthly salary, it's crazy. Or you want to do the hyper growth program. Sorry, the high stakes program is $39 with, or you want to do the hyper growth program where for every amount, every 10% you make, your funding is doubled. You have a 10 step. You need to just from a $10,000 account, which costs only $260. You only need 10 steps of making 10% without breaking any of the rules to eventually scale up to $4 million, or the bootcamp program, which we just talked about right now. So personally, this is the one prop firm that I'm going to recommend. Even if TFT comes back today, I'm not going to recommend them again to anybody, because the ordeal that they've put a lot of people through, I don't want to put people through that, to be honest. It was crazy. It's been crazy. They're owing me money, but, it's fine, right? So it's been a lot, right? So for now, the Fivers is the one that I highly recommend. So you can explore their plans, take your time to check them out, take your time to see what would best suit your trading style. I think along the line, we're going to create a channel on this Discord on prop firms, folks that are trading prop firms. We could come check it out. We could explore a lot of our prop firm, our accounts, and then it's going to be very interesting if we're all trading on Fivers. At least we know, these are the rules, these are the things we're looking out for. But it's fine if you choose that you want to use any other prop firm, that's totally okay as well. But Fivers, so far, they have very interesting and amazing plans, scaling plans, and amazing programs that make it very flexible for you. Choose whatever style of trading works for you, and you can completely work with that, right? So that's that about it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. This is the one prop firm that I recommend right now. And don't forget that if you want a 10% discount, I'm going to share the link on the general room as well, because I don't know if people are going to see this, but you can check them out, right? Use the link if you want a 10% discount on any challenge you're buying. If you are buying and you don't see the discounts there, that means you've not used the link. So make sure you use the link so that you get a discount. But if at any point you have any questions, you have challenges in trying to purchase, or any questions at all, just feel free to send me a message and I'll be happy to explain to you. Yeah, it's an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener for real, So personally, I would suggest, but it's your choice. I would suggest, if you don't have so much money, if you have $30 or $40, rather than funding your personal wallet, just buy a prop firm that allows you to buy a prop firm for that amount. Because at the end of the day, the reward you get will be faster than when you're actually trading with your personal money, because it's going to be very hard for you to grow a $40,000 account by yourself to making up to $500 or whatnot. But with a prop firm like this that even allows you to scale very easily, it's going to be very easy for you to make good money from just that small amount of money that you've invested into the program. So take your time and check it out, right? Just check them out. If you guys find out that information about the bootcamp, you can drop the message in the general room and let us know. As for me, I will not be asking them because I'm not really interested in the bootcamp. But if you find out about the 20K program, what it costs and why there's no costs and all of that, please drop the message in the general room so that everyone can get that information, right? Yeah, that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to join the stage to have a conversation? Yes, you need to be more disciplined, especially with the hypergrowth program if you choose to do it, because 3% pause, 6% overall drawdown is crazy. I see some people are just joining. Anyways, I didn't tell you guys before, but I recorded this session. Alright? So I'm gonna be posting it. I don't know where I'm posting it yet. If I'll post it on YouTube, and give you guys a link to rewatch it, or just put it up here on the Discord. Right? But I recorded this session. I did not tell you guys so that you guys not go and be like, yo, it's been recorded. So yeah, I recorded it. So for folks who are just joining, and who missed it, you would have access to watching this. You would watch this again and, get all of that information. All right. So, any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Or are we good? Are we good? Remember, you can join the stage at any time to share your thoughts, your opinions, and whatnot. But are we satisfied? How do we feel about this conversation about this particular prop firm? I want everyone to tell me how they feel about this conversation. How do you feel about it? How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling different from how you felt before you joined? I know that some of you have had burning questions about prop firms. How do you currently feel about the conversation that we have had so far? Baby says very satisfied. Nice one. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're satisfied with the conversation. I know you've been buzzing me that we should have this session since talk about prop firms, and I know that I've been posting you, but I'm glad that we're able to have it. The conversation was great. Well, I feel like I need to put much work. Of course, you need to put much work, and thankfully, this Discord server, this community that we are trying to grow together, is one that I will be very, very active in, and I'm going to do my best to ensure that we are all growing together, right? I'll do my best to be here regularly. I'll do my best to drop out a lot of things that I feel will be helpful for everyone, right? So that we can all grow together and, all stay disciplined when it comes to trading and everything. Great convo. Thank you, Chelsea. All right. So, Massive Peeps is not here. I wanted to ask him how he's feeling. Okay, he said he was having some network situation. He's making money from prop firms, but today he gave a very, sad review. And he says, I don't know, I think he lost some money and I don't know what went down. He's been cashing out from prop firms. I was curious to know what's happening, but he's not here right now, so we can't have that conversation. So maybe I'll talk to him privately, or maybe another time we'll have a lounge, we'll have that conversation. But yeah, would they pay directly to your Naira account? I think they will pay you through crypto. I don't think they will pay you to your Naira account though, but crypto is usually like the most popular way that prop firms get to pay you. You pay them with crypto and then you also get to cash out with crypto, right? So you can just create a wallet. You can just create a crypto wallet, right? And, do that. You can still do your Binance. I still have a Binance wallet. You can have a Binance wallet or blockchain or whatever. But Binance is easy because there are different networks and different everything. So if you're using USDT to pay, I think for these guys, USDT with the TRC network, and Binance allows you to trade with any network and everything. So they will pay you directly to crypto. I think crypto is good. So it's even better than paying you in Naira, so that your rate doesn't drop and things like that. So yeah, crypto. And their payments, from what I've heard from the reviews that I've gotten, very swift, right? So yeah, we'll talk about crypto another day. Guys, I have a cold. I've been battling with this cold for 3 days now. So you see, I'm holding my inhaler, right? I've been battling with this. I have a headache right now, but I wanted to have this conversation because we've postponed it for too long, right? And today that my light was finally restored, guys. Yes. So after that conversation we had earlier, they eventually fixed the cable. We got a new cable today. It's great though. These people in my area are really doing wonders. We got a new cable today for our transformer. Thank you so much, guys. We got a new cable today and they fixed everything. And when that switch happened and my lights turned blue, before the switch, it was about to rain, so they took the light. So I had my gen on. I didn't want to postpone this. And then when that switch happened, that was when they brought back the lights and everything. So yes, I have light now and everything is going to be moving smoothly. More, let's pray. We actually got like security to be around that area, and then we put like some solar lights around the transformer, so anyone who walks close to it, lights will shine on you. You feel me? So hopefully our transformer is safe and all of that. But yeah, that's it. I'm glad we had this conversation. I feel good that this is finally out of the way, and I feel even better knowing that I recorded this so we don't have to do this again, right? So with all of this information, I'm pretty sure that we would all be in the best position to decide for ourselves what we guys, crazy. We'd all be in the best position to decide for ourselves what plan we want to go for if we decide to work with the Fivers. But just know that Fivers are amazing. Like I said, they've been in the game since 2016. As of today, they are like the third best prop firm in the world, right? So you can explore them. They're still using the MetaTrader platform, which is a platform that we are all used to. So no struggle on trying to understand CTrader. Even though I personally like CTrader, I like the interface and the way it works. And the way they show you how much money you're risking per trade and things like that is very interesting. But, we're all used to MetaTrader platform, and I know that we all want to sort of stick to the MetaTrader platform. So the Fivers allows you to trade up until now with the MetaTrader platform. They've not had any issues, no bad reviews. They've just been amazing. So, do your research, Sha. Take your time, check them out. You don't have to jump into it because I told you about it. Just do your research, right? And then if at the end of the day you decide that it's good for you, then by all means, get on with it. But know that I'm always here to assist you. If you have any issues, if you have any challenges, if you have any questions, and we are going to try and do something about prop firms on this channel so that folks who are training prop firms would all be together and, follow up on our progress together and pretty much just help each other, right? That's the aim. The aim for this channel is for growth, right? Regardless of the level that you're at when it comes to trading, my vision is that everyone in this channel, in this community, grows, right? That's what I'm looking towards. That's what I'm hoping towards, right? So I'm pretty sure that with the right mindset, with the right discipline, with the right psychology, we would be able to achieve that one goal, right? So I think I've said enough, guys. I think I've said enough. Speaking of how much would risk per trade, I'd like to... Okay, all right, Lizzie, I'm inviting you to the stage right now. Let's go. Send an invite, Lizzie. I think there's a way you can send an invite. Let me see. Yeah. All right. I'm here. I'm not going. Since you said you're joining the stage, I'm not going. What's up, Lizzie? How you doing? All right. So hold on. Sorry, let me just answer a question that Bianca asked. If they don't accept Naira, how do you buy a challenge? You can just buy crypto from anyone. I have a vendor that I can link you up with that sells crypto, or you could find a vendor that sells crypto, right? Binance will not let you do that P2P anymore, so you can't buy crypto directly from Binance, but there are vendors out there that you can just give them Naira, they'll send the crypto to your wallet, or they can send it directly to the wallet, right? Don't worry about that. That's not a problem at all, right? That one will be issue. Don't worry. All right, Lizzie, go on. Your voice is not clear. Oh. It's like you are too close to your mic or something. It's not clear. I can hear you, but it's not sharp. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is better. Way better.
Okay. So, normally we are meant to risk 0.5% per trade or 1% per trade.
Yes.
So, my question now is, what if we have 3 setup, or probably you see one setup and you risk 0.5%.
Okay.
They spotted out another trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how much are we supposed to?
Okay. Valid. That's valid. First of all, before you start to trade, you need to first of all decide. I give people two options. You can either choose to risk 0.5 or risk 1%. I know some people risk lesser and some people risk more. I know some people here that have risked 2 or 3% on a trade. They know themselves, right? Anyways, also Adewale mentioned something. Yeah, Bianca, Adewale mentioned something. I'm just saying it now. You can use Bybit. I think that's a crypto platform where you can buy crypto, right? So check out that platform. Maybe Adewale can tell you more about it. But I don't know it. I've not used them before, but I think he's giving a good recommendation now. So check Bybit. I'm sure they allow you to buy crypto with Naira very easily, right? So yes, check them out. Okay, so as I was saying, I would advise you to risk 0.5 on a particular trade or 1% on a particular trade. People risk less. But personally, I feel like risking less, maybe risking a 0.25 or 0.2 on a trade, just screams, I'm not confident in my trade. Yeah? It's screaming, I don't want to lose so much. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not confident. So, I feel like risking 0.5 or 1% is the way to go. Now, in a case...
So what...
Go on.
Sorry, what if we have 5 different setups on different pairs?
Yeah, okay, that's lit. That's a good question. Now, at the end of the day, it depends on you, Sha, right? If you want to take all 5 setups at the same time, then you can choose to split your risk in a way that's based on your daily drawdown. If all of them choose to hit stop loss that day, it doesn't go anywhere near your daily drawdown. So for instance, if you're working on the high stakes program and your daily drawdown is 5%, and if you lose 5%, you're losing, right? Make sure that if you are taking all those trades, if they all hit stop loss, you're not losing up to 5%. Maybe you could be targeting all at 3%. I don't want to say 4% because 4% might be, I like to play it safe in situations like that, right? So you can now choose to split it so that when you put all of them together, if you lose all of them, for instance, you're not losing more than 3%. So you can now decide how many percent you want to give each trade, right? Another thing I want to tell you that is very, very important is you don't have to trade everything. If you have 5 setups, I don't think it's possible that all 5 setups will play out.
That we see all 5 setups at once.
That's what I'm getting to. So it's possible that all 5 setups will pop one day. It's possible that they will not even pop at once. Now, one thing you can do in a situation like that is, for instance, you have 1 or 2 trades running, and then maybe tomorrow you see like 2 other trades that have popped and there are 9 setups for you. What you can do is, if your other 2 trades that are running are already running in profits, I would advise, and you want to really take those other trades, I would advise you to lock them at break even. If they have gone in profits, lock them at break even if you really want to get into those other 2 trades. So once you lock them at break even, you are not losing anymore on that trade, right? So if you now enter those different trades, yeah, that's a very nice point, Chelsea. 5 different trade setups is over trading. Yes, at a time or in a day, especially when you're trading with prop firms, not your personal account. So you cannot really control what happens, right? But if you decide that you want to take all those extra setups, if you have like 2 or 3 trades running or 1 trade running, and you want to add all those other trades, lock them at break even if they've gotten to a level of profit. But if they have not given you profit enough for you to be able to lock at break even, you don't have to take them, right? You don't have to trade everything. Just select the high probability setups of all the trade setups that you have. Choose the ones that have the most probability. If you have trades running and then your other interesting setups have played out, and within your running trades you are not able to lock your profits, ignore those trades. Many more setups will fall out. That's for sure. Many million more setups will fall out because you don't want to end up over trading thinking, oh, all of my setups are mad, they're amazing. If I take all of them and they all hit, I could make money. What if you all lose? What if they all lose? Nothing is 100% certain in the market, right? So you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you start getting worried or you start fidgeting because you are in 5 trades now, and if all 5 trades go wrong, maybe a news event just pops and something just happens and all 5 trades just go wrong, you lose.
5 trades.
You said what?
I don't even take 5 trades. I've never.
Yeah. So, but if you find yourself in a situation where you have running trades and you want to add more, once you've calculated your risk and you know that with those more you are adding, if you need to think about it in a situation that if on that one day, because when you have trades running all together at once, you're looking at it from a mindset of if all these trades today hit stop loss, because you don't know if they will hit stop loss that day. You cannot tell if it is the next day they will hit stop loss. So if you have all of them running, you want to be able to think, if today they all hit stop loss, will I be losing my accounts? So that's something you want to take note of before you enter more trades, right? Before you add more positions. But if you have an opportunity to lock profits before adding more trades, then it puts you at a safer position. But you also want to be careful.
5.
Yes, you still risk 0.5 or 1 depending on what. So if you have 2 trades running and you've locked them at profit already, meaning you're not risking anything, that one is risk free. So if you're adding 2 more, you're now thinking, okay, for this one, am I risking 0.5 or am I risking 1? If you're risking 0.5, no wahala, you can add that one to it. If the other trade you want to risk 0.5, no wahala, you can add it to it. So the idea of 0.5 on 1, to me, it's a case of how sure are you in this trade? If you're not 100% sure, I mean, we're never 100% sure of anything anyways, but if you do not feel so strongly about the trade, you could do a 0.5 risk and then aim at, with the setup you're getting, you should be aiming at making a 1% or a 1.5, or it could even give you a 0.5 to making it 2%. It's very possible. You could be having a trade that gives you like 1 to 6, 1 to 5 risk to reward. Very 100% possible, right? So it now depends on you on how you want to do it. But once you've added those extra 2 trades, right, and they've summed up to maybe a 2% risk overall or a 1% risk overall, if you're risking 0.5, 0.5, and if they both hit stop loss, you're risking 1% overall on the 2. If you see another setup, you can add it, of course, because the extra setup would mean maybe 0.5 again or another 1%. But that is if you have locked profit on the other ones that were already running. So these other extra 3 or extra 2 you're taking are like fresh trades, right? With fresh everything. So it would not even affect you if these ones hit stop loss, right? If you hit stop loss, you'll probably be risking losing 2% or 2.5% or whatever percent, and that's okay. You'll still be safe in the trade or in the market.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free. I would add you to the stage right now so we could trash it out. But don't worry, we're going to have many more lounging sessions anyways, right? We're going to answer a lot of questions that you have at any point in time. Remember, the idea is for all of us here to grow, right? It's for all of us here to make good money from the markets, right? There's still a lot of things I actually want to share with you guys, but it's a gradual thing, it's a step-by-step thing. We're going to be taking them one after the other. We cannot finish everything in one day. So far, in my recording, I can see my timer is at 1 hour 15 minutes. Ooh, if I'm uploading this one on YouTube, it go till. Anyways, I'm happy that we had this session. I'm very glad. This is the first time Lizzie is joining the stage. Amazing. We are making millions this week. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. When the market opens, we have assignments. So guys, hope you guys have written those setups that we talked about previously in the lounge. We need to monitor those charts. The moment anyone pops, we'll need town criers to come to the general group chat, to general room and be like, yo guys, it's time, let's go check out this chart. And all of us will run to the chart. If possible, we can start up another lounge immediately, check out the situation, take the trade and send out the signal for those that didn't join the lounge to also take the trade with us. All right. So that's it, guys. You got your eyes on gold. I got my eyes on gold and a lot of other things I will discuss today. So yeah, guys, gold now. Gold is currently at our H4 demand. So the moment we get a bullish confirmation, we're gonna go in straight without thinking twice about it. All right. It's gonna be a great week. I think it's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be an amazing week, right? So let's all be hopeful, right? Remember to trade with caution. Don't go and overtrade or don't go and risk more than you're supposed to risk. Another day, we're going to talk about creating a trading plan because I know that it's something that a lot of people have issues with. Creating a trading plan, setting a risk profile, and pretty much just having a general plan for every time you want to enter a trade. We'll have that conversation and I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people as well. But for now, I need to sign out. I know we've done enough today and I'm glad we did this finally, right? So I'm signing out. All right. Good night, Chelsea. Good night, everyone here. And feel free to drop a message. Just drop a message at any point in time. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kika. All right, guys. Good night, Pacheco. I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.